Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today part 3 of the 2023 Iron Boat Rally. Stick around. Okay, let me set the stage for this. I wasn't sure I'd film anything during the rally, but I had some time at the beginning, so I filmed this and I'm going to show you that. But this basically starts Sunday, which 10 a.m. excuse me, 10 a.m. we had a rider meeting, rookie rider meeting, and there was one gentleman that was late. He was imposed a 10 or 15 minute time punishment, meaning he didn't get to leave with the group. He had to sit in the parking lot for an extra 10 or 15 minutes. So don't be late for any meeting. They take roll. So after the 10 a.m. rookie rider meeting, we had a 2 p.m. everyone rider meeting. They went over a couple of specific rules, nothing real major. And then we had dinner at, I don't know, 5 or 6. Dinner was, you could tell people were antsy, they were ready to go. The meals were, I thought they were really good. It wasn't a, bologna sandwich, man. We had some good meals. As you can see, I'm finally enjoying coffee just at my pace, not rally pace, so apologize for that. So after dinner, they called us up one at a time, starting with number 1, which was Mike Brook. He was a winner of 2021. He got the number 1 rally flag. Number 2 was Jim Owen, dude's a legend. He was the only 2-time finisher, 2-time winner. Now he's a 3-time winner. So anyway, they called us one at a time and we got our books. At this point, no one knew what your rider number was. So I was rider number 84. Inside our little packet we got, had our name on it, had a lanyard with an ID card. We were told to put that ID card on and keep it on the whole time. It had your leg 1 rally pack. It had your rally wide rally pack, which I'm going to show you. And it had your score sheet for leg 1. Pretty basic, pretty simple. All right. So let me show you what I planned. All right, this will be part 3. There's my rally flag. And that's my rider number. That has to be in every picture. But this is what I wanted to show you. The reason I use the TV. So when you get all the rally information, it's super easy to drop into Basecamp. But when you drop it into Basecamp, all these little flags are all blue flags. They all look the same. I go through the book and I color code them. So when I look, I know that red diamond is a lot of points, but red means it's restricted. So you can probably only go daylight or something. Green diamond is a lot of points. You can get it 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day. So as you can see, I built a route based on it was easy to get to. So this is kind of my base route. And just so you know, we are looking for food. We're going to, these locations, these restaurants, I can get on any leg. And then this is leg 1. So playing bingo with some extras. But I'm only, 2 hours in, not even that I don't think. And I've got my first leg. I'm not saying that's golden, but I'm gonna start easy. The first leg is, takes me to Tulsa. I know that the East Coast is going to be slow, so I've counted for that. I can pick up a pace when I roll through. I'm going to take 1 rest break. Looks like I got 6 hours that I can take. You can take 8. You can take, during the whole rally, 4 rest bonuses. Minimum of 4, max of 8. You get points for. You can take as all you want, but you're only gonna get points up to a max of 8 hours. So
my time that I've allotted for myself. I took out 6 hours. I took out time for all those stops. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I can squeeze in all these. It could be as simple as paying attention to road signs. Like I know some of these are pretty popular, but some of them are not. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to film any of this. I thought I'd be way more stressed. I'm not. Maybe I should be. I did try to come down and go through Texas. Kind of glad I'm avoiding Atlanta. Could get to my brother's house in this area. I don't know. So anyway, that's a quick view of kind of how I'm routing things. This one is worth a bunch of points.
Okay, so my plan was simple. I want to make this very clear. The main point, the farthest northeast point, was 7,000 points. That's a lot of points in this leg. 7,000 was a lot of points, so I'm sure that a lot of people headed that way. It was going to be pretty early in my leg. Didn't see any problem with that. And I thought I picked a pretty good route. Didn't think I was going to have too many issues, and I was happy with it. And it was pretty quick. It seemed obvious to me with my line of thinking that I had a good route. I think I was in bed by, I don't know, 9 o'clock, I'll call it. I did get up about 1 or 2, thinking I didn't think something through, kind of made a little check, went back to bed. Slept great, whole night, slept great. Breakfast at 6. Impound at 8, which just mean our bikes had to be inside a certain area, which I think everybody was. 8:45 at your bike so they could do the final inspection. And that was pretty simple. They came by, they checked your rider number, they checked your odometer, and they put a sticker on your bike. You had to have that sticker, or when War Child points to you and tells you to go, you're not going. I will say there was a friend of mine that apparently missed that, and he got imposed another 10 or 15 minute infraction, and he didn't get to leave with us either. So I was pretty fortunate just because of where I parked. I was pretty quickly out, and it was a MotoGP start. Man, we were rolling. Everyone's so amped up, and we were, it was bad. So everybody was rolling, and every interstate change, people would start to peel off because there was, mass wads of us all heading in the same direction, and we slowly started peeling off in different areas. So I had about 400 miles, I'm just guessing, upstate New York. My first spot was the world's largest pancake. So I got that bonus. There was another rider there that we seemed to be leapfrogging. He'd stop for gas, I'd pass him, I'd stop for gas, he'd pass me back. He was there, and just leaving when I arrived, I took a couple extra minutes and spoke to an employee there, explained what we were doing. I wanted to ensure him that I would move my bike. I kind of went in the parking lot to get my bike in the photo, but he was super cool, thought it was really neat that we were all coming. My plan for when I arrived was you show up, you go to the rally book and read specifically the directions, what they say. Does a bike need to be in it or not? Do you need to be in it or not? Exactly what needs to happen. So the world's largest pancake went off without a hitch. I left there, fueled up again, and headed out. I believe the next one was Ben & Jerry's. And I'm gonna show you this one because it showed some problems. Again, me and another rider, Leapfrog, we both got there really close at the same time. And we had a little just polite chat, and we were talking about it. He showed me something he did to help him prepare for the stop, which was a good idea. And we went to take our photos. Had a difficult time with this one. This one's a little different. You had to get street sign and the name on the wall, the mural, and I'm going to show you that. I was fortunate the way I built my little selfie stick, it stood up on its own. So I was able to stand it, crouch down, get my photo. Easiest way for the other rider was I just took his photo for him, and I think that helped him. So read the directions, make sure. I will show you some that didn't work. So read the directions. So now it's, I don't know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm not sure. And we're rolling south. And again, me and this other rider are leapfrogging. And we're on the interstates and we're in the northeast. And it was cool. It wasn't cold, it was cool. And I'm not 12 hours in. I will fast forward a little bit. It was dark and I could tell the other rider was kind of in front of me, and him and I were moving along at a good rally pace, doing well. I ended up in front of him. We kind of exchanged leads for a while. Here's my problem. I built a plan, and my plan is I take a little spreadsheet and I calculate the date and time of the start, date and time of the finish, and it tells me how many hours are in that leg. I subtract my rest breaks, I subtract fuel stops, I subtract to where the usable hours I have to ride. And I use that to calculate how many miles I think I can get in a leg. I did that. In this ride, my plan was simple. Sleep well the night before, ride through the first night. That was going to be my plan. I like to ride at night. I've got good lighting on the bike. It's typically cooler, less traffic, all those reasons. So I was riding through the night. 10, 11 hours in this rally, I'm second guessing myself already. I got my first 2 bonuses. I was head for a 7,000 point lobster. Told myself I couldn't do it. Told myself I couldn't do it. I have my GPSs showing arrival times and distances. I was trying to do math in my head while riding, and I told myself I couldn't make it. I'm not even 1 day into it, and I'm second guessing what I can do. So I scratch a 7,000 point bonus. Now I just skip that waypoint on my GPS. It shows me what my updated time is in miles. Now I'm super happy with it, and I keep rolling. 1 day and second guessing myself. Horrible mistake. 7,000 points I left. 7,000 points. So I continued on through the night. I did get tired a couple times and I stopped. This is a tip. If you have family members watching you, and I did, I had my dad and my brother and my wife and a couple friends. Set up a group text and explain to them it's a one-way text. It's you texting them. If you're gonna stop and take a 45-minute rest break or an hour rest break or whatever you're gonna take, you send a text that says stopping to take a break. So when you stop, people don't panic thinking there's something wrong, and then they start texting you. So you providing information of what you're doing when they're watching you could be really helpful. So I continue on. My bonuses were going well. I felt good. I had to take my rest break, and I planned that out, and it worked well. And I, again, slept really good. And then I continued on the following day. I went down through Virginia. I really didn't have too many problems in New York City, but I went down through Virginia, into Tennessee, and then across through Arkansas, picked up some of the rally-wide bonuses, and that worked out well. Went into Memphis for some barbecue, and then headed up into Tulsa. Now this is important, so please pay attention to this. What we were told, or what I understood, was when we arrived at the checkpoint, there would be someone there to guide us in to where we stopped the clock. Once you stop your clock, I'm told you have an hour to report to scoring. I arrived in Tulsa at 6:24. I pulled in, there was a group out front taking pictures, recording stuff, congratulating you, thanking you, motivating you. It was super cool. And they checked my mileage. He did not put a time, but he wrote my mileage. He checked my rider card, made sure who I was, and then told me to park and go inside and stop my clock. That's what I understood. He gives me my sheet. In Tulsa, we parked at the employee underground parking, so bikes weren't out in the open. That was pretty cool. It was small. We had 112 bikes. Place was packed. There was a lot of people already there, so I wasn't in a parking spot. I was in the middle. I can show you that picture too, but that was okay. I built my top box so it came off and it housed everything I need to build and plan routes. My computer, any cables, my spare GPSs, all that stuff. So I took that off and I went inside the hotel. Inside the hotel, I found the gentleman that was stopping our clock. So I stopped my clock. 6:24 was my time. I now had to report to scoring by 7:24. I went over to a little seating area in the lobby of the hotel, and I got my laptop out. I transferred pictures from my SD card, my camera, to my laptop so I would have them, and then I went downstairs. So picture, I'm in my full riding gear, jacket, helmet, gloves, carrying my top box. So I just left helmet, jacket, gloves, top box, all at this seat that I was in. The stuff was everywhere and there was riders everywhere. This is upstairs in the lobby. I went downstairs to where we kind of had most of this area, and there's more riders everywhere. I went in and I presented my information and set up for scoring. 6:24. It might have been, we'll call it 6:45. The room right beside us, they had food, we were able to eat. And then I started noticing that the veterans of this sport were in casual clothes, showered, and seemed super refreshed. The rookies and people that didn't know were hot, tired, in their riding garb. It just, so what people were doing was, if you arrived at 6:24, scoring didn't close until 8, you didn't get a punishment until 8. They got their information outside, they went inside, they checked into the hotel, they took their stuff to the hotel room, they showered, they changed clothes, and then they came down to scoring. No one told me that. I went by the rules. They didn't break the rules, they just knew how to make the rules work for them. So the IBR had meal for us. We ate meal, and again, I thought the food was really good. Some good vegetables, some grilled chicken, man, it was good. So water, they had all that stuff for us. I finally went to scoring, and scoring was pretty simple. They take your SD card and they go through a process and put it on a thumb drive, and then you go from this station to that station, and then they go through your pictures. And there's not a lot of conversation, but they go through your pictures and they verify everything, and you have to show receipts. They'll ask you for a receipt for your starting rest break, ending rest break. They tell you what the time is. Did you max it? Did you not? So it was pretty simple. It was okay. No issues. I didn't lose any points other than 7,000 I chose to not go after. At that point, when I cleared scoring, it was almost 10 o'clock. I checked into my hotel. I had to go back out to my bike and get clothes so I could shower. Almost 10 o'clock, and we have a rider meeting at 3:45. that didn't provide me my plan to sleep well the night before. So super unhappy with how that unfolded, and that's all on me. I didn't know, and I didn't think that part through. So I will tell you about a failure I had for packing, but that's a little different story. So the next morning, I get up at 3:30, go downstairs, long line. We muscle into the banquet room. They had breakfast sandwiches, a couple different types. They were individually wrapped. You don't know what you got, but it was good. I'm not going to complain with the meals. It was good. We sat down. They went over a couple things. Somebody did get talked to very sternly, and the group got talked to very sternly about social media. Someone posted something like on an FJR forum or something about a stop. That wasn't received well by the IBR. A couple other little things, and then they had 3, 4, 5 different volunteers with packets. They called out numbers, and you went to that number, got your packet back to your room and planned. So that gets us through leg 1 and the first checkpoint. I think I'll stop that there, and I will continue the next legs and things. I'm trying to make this helpful for you. So hope you got something out of this video. If you have some specific questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to answer them. And I will try to answer what I spent during this, because that seems to be a question for a lot of people. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be safe.